Today I'm at Pleasure Point in Santa Cruz area, and that's one of probably over, at this point, 60 surf spots from San Francisco to San Diego that I've placed these stickers all up and down surf spots, over 300 at this point, and that's all part of the intervention to use stickers in the way surf culture uses stickers to complicate the narrative of white normativity in surf culture on the coast. This project is called Troubled Waters. The ocean is contested space in California surf culture, and its accompanying website, decolonizethesurf.com. So there's this narrative, this kind of localism, this tribal, this kind of very possessive attitude running through the culture, which is really fucked up. The project overall is an installation and an on-site intervention, if you will, into surf culture and primarily white surf culture that challenges folks to look more critically and deeper at the constructs of racism, diversity, and representation throughout surf culture, both in its history and its contemporary aspects, marketing, representation, etc., up and down the California coast. I grew up in surf culture. I was at the ocean most of my life and learned a lot of the generative lessons that surfing has to offer, and as far as relating to nature, some sort of anti-capitalist motives surrounding that, also a certain kind of way in which one moves through the world, but a lot of that was based on an inaccurate narrative. So part of this project's genesis was going back to reclaim some of that space as my own accountability in realizing that I'd grown up through that construct. And so this is an anti-racist effort to change that narrative for people that are accustomed to looking at surfing in a very specific way, which is by and large typically extremely white, extremely male. So part of the goals of this project was to create an intervention into that culture. You know, by virtue of using these stickers that I made and distributing from the California coast, from San Francisco down to San Diego at over 60 sites in over 40 cities, are meant to be an intervention to challenge that narrative with the QR codes that they have on them that lead to these short archival videos that illuminate this whiteness, illuminate that structure, is to insert a provocation and challenge into the culture to stop for a minute and go, wow, maybe there's more to this than I have allowed myself to believe or think. And hopefully that will stimulate them to go to the website and access all of the resources, as well as amplify the voices of organizations of color that are doing the work on a day-to-day basis to change that narrative and carve out space for themselves in that oceanic sphere. All of the project was, centered around essentially unforgetting these histories, these legacies. We need to remember, we need to be in touch with the fact that this is the foundation and the strata upon which this engagement, which is beautiful in so many ways, has been constructed and built. And so all of us in society need to unforget and make visible those structures so we can do better, so surfing can live up to that promise, so we can be better as a community.